Here's the 3 most common single stroke roll issues that I see as a teacher, but not only that, I'm gonna give you a program to fix them.
All 3 of these single stroke roll issues stem from 2 very specific areas. The first area is one hand being stronger or more experienced than the other hand. And the second is really simple. It's not being familiar with the upbeats of a single stroke roll. Sometimes that can be we have trouble playing those upbeats. Sometimes it can be we have trouble hearing those upbeats in time. The first most common problem is uneven volume of your single strokes. This usually stems from one of your hands being stronger than the other. In a good single stroke roll, you want the volume of all the notes to be as even as possible. The second most common problem I see with single stroke rolls in my students is there's an uneven timing of the single stroke roll. This leads to a galloping sound or a swung feel to the single stroke roll. Again, this goes back to those 2 issues that I talked about. That is one hand being stronger or more experienced than the other, and then being unfamiliar with playing the upbeats. Both of those go into uneven timing. Don't worry, in this free program I'm about to show you, I have exercises that deal with all 3 of these issues as well as the 2 problem areas that they stem from. And the third most common problem that I see in my students with single stroke rolls, again, goes back to one hand being stronger or more experienced than the other, and that is uneven endurance in the hands. You're going to get into the single stroke roll. Maybe you're a right-handed player. Your right hand is stronger or more experienced than the left hand. And what's going to happen is that right hand is going to stay on time. That left hand is going to start to drift out of time, or it's going to start to drift in the velocity or volume of the notes or the timing of the notes. So it leads to one hand sounding like it's puttering out. We almost feel like we got to restart it. With a good single stroke roll, we want evenness of volume, evenness of timing, and evenness of endurance with both hands.
Now that we know what the 3 most common single stroke problems are, inconsistent timing, one of your hands has more endurance than the other one, or inconsistent volumes or velocity, let's go about fixing them. This program has 9 exercises. Each one targets one of those weak areas specifically to help you fix your single stroke roll. And here's the great news. It takes no more than 20 minutes a day. In the video description, there's a link where you can download the entire program, a full PDF booklet. It's going to come with the exercises, a breakout of them, the complete program, a calendar, a task list, as well as how long you do each one. The entire thing is there for you. It's free. Just follow that link below this video. The first exercise is called Down with the Ups, and it focuses on improving your timing and spacing in between the notes. It's a simple 2-measure exercise. The first measure is simply 1/8 notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The second measure, we play all of the E's and the U's. Remember, we count 16th notes, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and So on the second measure, we play 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 3 and 4 and 1. That's the entire exercise. It seems deceptively simple. What we're focusing on is in that second measure. We want to make sure that the spacing of those inner beats within the 16th notes is extremely consistent. This is where we're going to work out the timing of that single stroke roll. So instead of it being inconsistent timing, or instead of the spacing being inconsistent, or instead of us having a somewhat of a swung single stroke roll, which happens pretty often, this will help even that out. Perform that exercise for 1 minute with the right hand, then perform it for 1 minute with the left hand. The second exercise is called Down with the Ups Part 2, and it's going to be a 4-bar exercise, equally as simple. First measure is going to be all of the E's and the U's of every beat, just like we did in that first exercise, measure 2 of that first exercise. So it's going to start with the left hand, 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we're going to play 16th notes with a right hand lead. Measures 3 and 4 are exactly the same as measures 1 and 2, except this time we perform measure 3 with the right hand instead of the left, and measure 4 starts with the left hand, so it's left hand lead 16th notes. Let me play those 2 measures together slowly. 4 E and 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 Measures 2 and 4 allow what is called a check pattern for you to check the timing of measures 1 and 3. So we play the E's and U's for a measure, we check the timing with consistent 16th notes. Play the E's and U's on the next measure, check the timing with consistent 16th notes. Let me play that full exercise for you. The metronome is set to 8th notes and we're at 50 BPM. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and repeat that exercise for 2 minutes straight. Exercise 3 is called single diddlin. We repeat this exercise for 2 minutes and it really focuses on endurance as well as that timing piece. The basic skeleton of this exercise is 16th notes. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. What we're going to do is on all of the downbeats and upbeats, 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, we're going to, instead of just playing 1 16th note, we're going to play 2 32nd notes. Now remember, this is all going to be single stroke. Now what that will do is cause us to play 1 E, and then we're on our left hand. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Right? So the 32nd notes are played within those 16th notes. 4 E and a. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a. With a metronome, 4 E and a. That's measure 1. Measure 2, we're now going to play the 32nd notes on the E's and the U's. So measure 2 is going to go 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. 4 E and a, 1. We're going to play this exercise for 2 minutes as well. Let me put that second measure to a click so you can hear it. I'll play it through twice and then I'm going to play the entire exercise. Remember, this exercise for 2 minutes. 4 E and a. The important thing to remember with this exercise is that you don't swing the notes. It's very easy to go from We want to make sure that all of the notes are given their proper spacing. 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Exercise 4 is called Keep It Straight. We're going to play this one for 2 minutes as well. It's a 4-bar exercise, but measures 1 and 2 repeat on 3 and 4 just with the left hand. So let's go with measure 1. Measure 1, we're going to play the first 16th note of beat 1 as 2 32nd notes. So it's going to go 1 E and. We're going to do that for 4 beats. 4 E and 1 E and 2 Measure 2 is a little bit trickier. So on beat 1, we're going to again play 2 32nd notes. It's really a grouping of 3 16th notes. So 2 32nd notes followed by 2 16th notes. So it's going to go 4 E and 1 E and. Then we're going to play that pattern again. 1 E and 2 E. We're going to play that pattern 2 more times. Starting on beat 1, 4 E and 1 E and and then on beat 4, we play 4 E and a. That whole measure, 4 E and a. Measure 3 is the same as measure 1, but we start on the left hand. 4 E and a. Measure 4 is the same as measure 2, but we start on the left hand. 4 E and a. Here's the entire exercise at 50 BPM, eighth notes on the metronome. 4 E and O. Play that exercise for 2 minutes. The fifth exercise is called the sextuplet scramble. This exercise is 6 measures long. Each measure consists of consistent sextuplet notes that are single strokes. In measure 1, we're going to accent the downbeat of every beat. 4 and. In measure 2, we're going to accent the upbeat of every beat. 4 and. 1. Measure 1 and 2 together. 4 and. Remember, sextuplet means 6 notes per beat. In measure 3, we're going to accent the first 2 sextuplets of every beat. 4 and. In measure 4, we're going to accent the third and fourth sextuplet note of every beat. 4 and. Measures 3 and 4 together. 4 and. In measure 5, we accent the downbeat and upbeat of every beat. 4 and. I know this is a lot, but we're almost there. Measure 6 is a little bit different. In beat 1, we accent the first and second note in the sextuplets. 4 and. In beat 2, we accent 2 and the upbeat of 2. In beat 3, we accent the first, third, and sixth of the sextuplet. And then on beat 4, it's 1 quarter note and we accent that quarter note. Let me play that entire measure for you. I know that was a lot, so let me put it all together for you at a slower tempo. 3 and 4 and. Exercise number 6 is called the cooker, and we're gonna play it for 3 minutes straight. Now, similar to water boiling, this one is going to gradually increase in intensity, so it's working on your endurance as well as your subdividing. So measure 1 simply starts with single stroke eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We play that measure 4 times. Measure 2 starts with single stroke 16th notes. 1 eana, 2 eana, 3 eana, 4 eana. Measure 3 is sextuplets the entire measure. Again, single strokes. Measure 4 is 32nd notes the entire measure. Each one of these measures we play 4 times. So here's measure 1. 3, 4. We play that measure 4 times. Measure 2 is 16th notes. 4 and. Play that measure 4 times. Measure 3 is sextuplets. Again, 4 times through that measure, and then the last measure is 32nd notes. Three and 4 and. Exercise 7 is called Burn It Up. We play this one for 2 minutes. Remember, we're going for a 20-minute workout here. This exercise is only 2 beats long. The first 2 beats of the first measure are 16th notes, and we're gonna play them with an accent on the downbeat of 1, 1 E and a, 2 E and a. So right, left, 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 left. An accented right hand, and the rest of those 16th notes are lefts. We start beat 3 with the left hand and play a full beat of 32nd notes. Beat 4, we play 4 32nd notes and then 2 16th notes. That whole measure, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. The second measure is exactly the same as the first measure, only the sticking is reversed. So it's left, right, 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 then all rights on beat 2, then we start the 32nd notes with the right hand. .50 BPM. Exercise number 8 is accenting the threes, and we're gonna play this for 3 minutes. The entire exercise is 6 measures long, but there's a lot of repeating in there. First measure is all right-handed 16th notes, and in the first 3 beats, we're gonna accent every 3 notes, starting with the downbeat of 1. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a. And just like I played there on beat 4, we accent the downbeat of beat 4 and then 3 unaccented 16th notes, all with the right hand. Here's the full first measure. Here's a cool thing. You already know half the exercise. We're going to play that exact thing in measures 1, measures 3, and measures 5. Measure 2, we are now going to play the same accent pattern, but we're adding the inner beats of 32nd notes with the left hand. So the right hand actually plays the exact same thing. We're now just adding the left hand alternating. Those two measures together. Remember, you can get this whole program, full PDF booklet, along with a calendar, sheets for you to mark what BPM everything is on, everything you need to succeed. The link is in the video description. Measures 1 and 2, well, measures 3 and 4 are exactly the same as measures 1 and 2. We just repeat those. Then we're going to measure 5. It's exactly the same as measure 1. The only difference we have is in measure 6. When we play those 32nd notes on beat 4, we're just playing 1/4 note. So that measure now sounds like this. Let me play that full exercise for you. Once we play it through on the right hand, when we repeat through the exercise for the 3 minutes that we're going to be playing it, you play it the second time through on the left hand, then the next time through on the right hand. So we alternate hands each time we go through. I'll play it through once on the right and once on the left. 50 BPM. And finally, exercise 9, this one's called Movable Diddles. We play it for 2 minutes, and that completes our 20-minute daily program. The skeleton of this entire exercise, that means the underlying rhythm is going to be alternating single stroke 16th notes. In measure 1, on the downbeat of every beat, we're gonna play 2 32nd notes, followed by 3 16th notes. Now, you know from the exercises before, those 2 32nd notes are going to turn the sticking around. So on beat 2, it starts on the left hand. Beat 3, the right hand. Beat 4, the left hand. We play measure 1 8 times. Now on measure 2, we're moving the 2 32nd notes to the E of every beat. So now it goes 1 E and 2 E and Play measure 2 8 times. Go to measure 3, we're moving those 2 32nd notes. This is called a permutation. We are moving them or permutating them to the upbeat of every beat. So now it goes 1 E and 2 E and We play measure 3 8 times, and then we go to measure 4, and you guessed it, we're going to take those 2 32nd notes and move them to the of every beat. So 1 E and 2 E and Just for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna play through each measure 2 times instead of 8 times. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and check out this video, which breaks out that 3-note pattern that I did in number 8. Yeah, I'll show you exactly how to do that.